was just executing play calls, like I said earlier. Like we harp on not having any mental errors, and we didn't have many today. So that's what happened whenever everybody's on the same page and we see the coverage, we get the play. Like we just know where we're going with the ball, and it makes the play that much faster.
One more thing I was going to ask you. Right before the half, you scored a touchdown. How big was it? Was it to go up by 2 touchdowns in the half?
Definitely before half to go up with momentum and to get ball back out of half is definitely huge for us. So, that definitely tipped our way, the momentum.
In terms of looking back at last week, how much did getting that win at Northwestern kind of snowball into such a really good effort from the whole team here today and get your first conference win?
It just showed that we can beat anybody if we put our best game out there.
Let's just start off, you guys back at 500, you just beat a team that was ranked higher than you. Just how does it feel to kind of get this win and, after coming off a big win over Northwestern?
It feels great. This win feels just the same as Northwestern win. Being 1-0 in a conference is all we were shooting for, and to win the Missouri Valley is what we want to do.
And you were really efficient on offense, just moving the ball down the field, scored the most points that you have so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
What's clicking for the offensive group right now?
Converting a third down is by far the biggest thing. As we call the play, and we know that's the biggest down for us to change the game. So that'd be the number one thing.
And last one, how do you just continue to build off this momentum?
Keep doing what we're doing. Just keep executing and do what the coaches put out there for us.
Jacob, I know earlier this week in another interview you said that you guys felt like the back was against the wall still, even though you got the monkey off your back, so to speak, with the Northwestern win. Does it still feel like the back's against the wall, or is there a little bit of less pressure right now?
I think the pressure is always applied. Every week's a big week in the Valley. Every team has the capability of winning a game on Saturday. So I definitely think our backs are still against the wall. Until we have the job finished. We have that trophy in our hand. I don't think we'll ever have a different mentality. So.
4 touchdowns in 2 weeks. It's not been the offensive production people have come to know you for, but now all of a sudden you're having these 2 breakout weeks basically.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels good to be able to contribute in that fashion. Whenever I get those touches, to be able to move the ball and contribute that way, it's been really nice. I always told Bake, I used to live with Bake back in the day, a couple years ago, so I always told him, I had it in me. But no, it's nice to get some of those touches and see the ball move around. So.
Jacob, scoring to start the game the way you guys did, and just adding on to it, how important is it to keep that pressure on the other team like you guys were able to?
Yeah, I think that's super crucial for us to be able to move the ball down the field and score right away. Get the defense an opportunity to go out and stop them. I think that stop score. It's compounding effect, especially when you get to the defer, get that score before the half, and if we can get a score out, start the second half, it's huge to keep that pressure on guys. I think that makes all the difference.
How important was that score right before halftime if they get within 17-10 and you score 7 seconds left? How critical was that?
Yeah, exactly what I just kind of said. That's why you defer in the beginning. You want to have that opportunity to score before the half and get the ball and score again. 2 scores back to back can change the game. So we put ourselves in a great position to do it. We weren't able to succeed on that today, but we had the position, and we look to keep doing that.
You spoke about your touchdowns. Obviously, you had a great game, but what's really clicking for this group right now?
I think trust is a big thing, especially for on offense. A lot of guys are touching the ball, and the O-line. We didn't have a great week 1, so really being able to come together and continue to trust each other and work on what we're good at has been huge. So the O-line had a great day today. We had 0 sacks, and we ran the ball well. So having that trust in each other, the guy next to you, and out on the perimeter, having guys blocking for you on the perimeter is huge for those guys touching the ball on the perimeter. So just trust throughout the whole group is a big thing for us.
How good did it feel to be able to mount a steady, consistent pass rush the way you guys were able to today?
I think we've always had a dominant defensive line. I think we've kind of been hindered a little bit, just hindering ourselves with penalties and just kind of not playing our game. But I think kind of today showed that we have that in us. We have that just hunting mentality. We want to go and get the ball, and we came out with 7 sacks, so I think we did pretty well.
For your unit specifically, how much were you guys able to build on what you did last week at Northwestern and carry it over into today?
I think we didn't take Northwestern as a huge win. I think we just let it into the momentum that we had this week. I mean, we took it as a good win, but move on to the next. We have conference. We have bigger goals that we need to achieve. And just overall, just having the mentality of next game mentality. No matter win, loss, draw, doesn't matter. Next game mentality, that's what we've been focused on, and just marching ahead to overall the championship game.
And, you know, after they got to the 3, it was 17-7, and defense comes up and limits them to a field goal, and the offense scores right before halftime. How big was that sequence?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, you could feel the energy from the sideline. You could feel that stop was massive for our team overall. I mean, having a 4th down stop down by the goal line like that is huge. And then having the offense retaliate, it gives that trust. I mean, JG just talked about it. It gives you the trust in the other side of the ball. You don't have to focus on, okay, we have to control this game as a defense. No, we can trust the offense to go out and do their thing, and we're going to go out and do our thing and just trust the whole team, special teams, offense, and defense.
38 rushing yards for them on 28 attempts. It felt like a lot less, honestly. Just,
Oh, yeah.
This defense, especially all year, has been really good with stopping the run, but especially today, how huge was that to make sure that they weren't able to establish the run?
Well, we know Missouri Valley Conference, they want to run the ball down your throat. So, I mean, limiting them to the side passes that they had to do and then the shots that they're not really used to. I mean, they have some alumni zone stuff, but just stuffing that zone and the outside zone and limiting 28 and the new guy, 32, to the rushes that they had, I think was huge. I mean, just stopping them because they had a dual threat. I mean, they had a quick guy and then a downhill guy. So limiting them to that amount of rushing yards is really good for our defense, and it shows that we can do it consistently on a consistent basis.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, you know, you held them to just 17 points. You know, what do you think led to that success for you guys?
I think us playing as a unit. I think we came together because the first few games, I don't think we were really playing together. Everybody was kind of playing. We had a lot of transfer guys, a lot of individuals, and then we kind of realized, hey, we need to come together as a unit and become one. And we kind of did that, and we showed it in Northwestern. I think we even showed it more in this game right here.
How does it, feel to?
It feels amazing, honestly. I mean, to play as one unit, it feels great. I mean, you can trust the guys behind you, trust the guy next to you. Everybody knows their assignment. Even the backups, they know what they're doing. Everybody's locked in. It is just continue to step ahead. I mean, that's all we got to keep doing.
Yeah, really, really proud of this team. Just one of the cleaner, more efficient games that we've played in a while. We've won a lot of big games, but just from start to finish, just really executing what they were called to do and just playing clean football. That's been the message to our guys in practice, team meetings, is just, as a coach, you want to see a team that goes out and just, executes. And we're going to play really good teams, so they're going to have some things schemed up, and you're going to give up some plays, or you're going to have to punt. We're not going to go every game where we don't punt the football. But just being efficient, no sacks, gave up a couple silly penalties on defense. But again, offensively, just staying out of tough down and distances, not playing ugly football. And we really did that. And so just proud of those guys. I felt like they've really answered the call on two things. Number one, you start the season 0-2. And you've got a daunting task to go play a Big Ten school. You're going to be ready to go, or you're going to be focused, all these things, and they were. And then to answer playing a really good team. That's a good team. They're going to win a lot of games in our league and probably be a playoff team. And can you not have a letdown and all of those? And I felt like the focus, this team really learning what the process to the week is. That gives you a chance to go out and play football like that. This team's really buying into that, and I'm proud of that.
I know a coach from back home would always tell me if his team got off to a good start, they had the bounce. Could you sense your team was going to have the bounce today from the get-go?
I don't know. Maybe we need that guy to come in, and if you can tell, you felt good in pregame warm-ups before. You don't win the game, and I tell our team that. I mean, told them that really in our pregame talk today at team meal is you don't win anything 2 hours before the game. It's really about settling in and having that focus and that look to yourself. And then it's about going about, from snap to whistle. That's where you're bouncing. You just have to play good football. And, not pressing. We pressed hard in the first couple games, about wanting to make a play, wanting to do this. And in this game, it hurts you to do that. You have to allow the game to come to you. You have to trust the other 10 guys to do their job. And when the ball comes to you, and that play is, you're asked to make a play on that individual play, then you got to go make that play. But when you just have to play sound football, and today our team did that.
The sequence late in the first half, you hold them to a field goal after they get first and goal and 3, and then you score 7 seconds left. How critical is that?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, that's when you look back, analytics and team football, the middle 8 is so big. That's why you defer. You defer. You want to play the second quarter right. If you can end with the ball, that's the only time in the game that you're going to be able to score and then get the ball back without getting a turnover or anything. So if you can play the end of the half right and do that, and then somehow come away with points on your opening drive of the second quarter, the percentages of winning the game are through the roof. And so I was proud of the way that we took the time off the clock, handled that drive, ending the half with a touchdown, not a field goal, and finding a way to score. And then coming out with a really efficient drive out of half, was big. And that's when we missed the field goal. And so that right there, we kind of gave them a little life. We could have went up three possessions right there, 27-10. We didn't do it, but I was proud of the response on the sideline of, hey, we missed the field goal. We've got a defense. Now we have to play good team football. It's time for you to get a stop and give us another opportunity to go on a drive, and that's what happened.
How good has Nick been the past 3 weeks or so? I know SEMO was a loss, but at the same time he played really well in that game, and then Northwestern, and then today it feels like he's playing maybe the cleanest football he's played since he's been here.
Yeah, no one around here lost any confidence in Nick. I mean, Nick's played some of the best football quarterbacks played around here, in my opinion. Today was an efficient day. If you look at the way he spread the ball around, the way he was on third down, the way he was at getting the ball out of his hand, no sacks on a team that brings a lot of pressure. If you study North Dakota, they move around a ton. They're in different looks. They bring pressure. First, second, third down. You have to the studying and the execution of the game plan today was one of the best jobs of a quarterback that I've seen, and just putting the ball where the defense was designed to put the ball was excellent, and that's what you come to expect. If we want to have a great team, you have a quarterback that plays efficient football. You don't press. Same thing as we're talking about defensive players not pressing. We've got a lot of weapons, and if you just get them the ball, you're accurate with the football, the ball comes out, not trying to make a play, which sometimes has hurt him in the past. He's not been doing that, 2 weeks in a row. We take care of the football against really good teams that take the football away. We can win a lot of games if that's the formula.
Has having that many weapons, as you say, opened up the offense for guys like Jacob Garrett to get their opportunity to shine and get 4 touchdowns in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think so, man. I want to talk about Jacob Garrett. He's the glue of our team. I've said that in the locker room. I've said that on many press conferences. I said that after last week. And then, it's just not a fluke whenever you're able to do it continually. He's just worked. He's an athletic kid. You really saw that on the 1 3rd and 2 where he was out in the flat and broke a tackle on a DB trying to take his legs out. But the main thing with Jacob Garrett is he's the we have several captains, but that's who you want leading your team. He does everything right. He's graduated. He's a phenomenal student. The leadership he's shown from week 1 to right now, as a coach, man, you're proud to have him on your team.
You guys back at 500 after a tough start. You get the win today and beat a team that was ranked higher than you. Let's just do initial reaction. How does it feel?
Yeah, I think it's we had to have the expectation to come out here and play well, and that's where we have to be as a program. None of these games will be easy. There won't be a lot of 3 possession wins at the end of this thing. If they come and we play great, good, and then it's got to be on to the next one. But we knew that, the last home game is a tough game, the way to lose it, and if you come away right there and you win that and you're sitting, but we didn't, and that's what I said in the press conference after that. We got to own what we are. We still feel good about the pieces that are sitting in these seats every day in this room right here. but we have to go out there and earn it. It's early in the season. We talk about our goals are really the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. Put yourself in the national playoffs to have an opportunity to win a national championship. And after 2 weeks, all of those goals were still in front of us. So let's get focused back in. We were able to find a way to win one of the bigger wins in program history last week. So we kind of took one right there that if you look at our schedule, probably most didn't say, okay, there's a win. And then to get another ranked win, this team's had a lot of ranked wins, and to get another ranked win on a team that was picked to beat you, that was really playing good football. They're already 1-0 in our conference, to beat a good Northern Iowa team and to come out. But now it's I like the feeling in the locker room. Those guys are excited. It's family weekend. They should enjoy this. Love playing in the afternoon. It's 5:30. They can enjoy the evening, and then it's really back to work tomorrow and Monday, and really just, like I said, learning the process so we can go do this again next weekend.
And speaking of those wins and that excitement that you just mentioned, how do you kind of build off of that momentum, heading into the rest of the coming game?
Yeah, I think so it's hard as a coach to say, like, okay, now that you obviously there's a confidence factor in that, that you look on both sides of the ball, and we have it in us. We've shown that against good teams. So I think that's where the momentum, but it's still, Monday will still feel like a Monday. It's really about diving into a new opponent, new strengths and weaknesses, and just put that to bed and go back to the grind of the routine of the week that gives you an opportunity to play well on Saturday.
Jake, just one more question. That hit that Clayton Bush had, I think, in the late third quarter, how nervous were you that he was going to get another target? Because you need guys that can hit like that, but at the same time with the
and it's a tough position to play in. Last week he had the back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Where they got overturned last week, and I think he made improvements of understanding, like last week, then went back and looked at it. He led with the shoulder. He tried keeping his head out of there. This week, same thing. When you play that and you got slants and quick game and you're asked to do that, but there is more than ever a fundamental and a technique and a discipline that you have to play to play that position. It's not like it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or all the safeties that you guys see in the Hall of Fame. They'd be having trouble playing in this day and age because they were taking people's heads off across the middle, and you just can't do that anymore. And so you have to be disciplined, and I'm proud. That was a big play. That was a huge play in the game.
One more, 7 sacks by the defense. We were talking last week about the importance of getting home. Being able to get them in the distance, down in distance situations. How much does that help a pass rush get after a quarterback?
Yeah, well, it's huge. And I felt like the plan with Coach Petrino, the pressures allowed some really good one-on-one matchups, even if they had guys to pick it up the way they were sliding their line, getting some really good pass rushers from the linebacker position on their running backs, and just creating some pressure. And then he's really good when there is pressure. That's what makes him a good quarterback. Experience is getting out of those. So for us to get him on the ground 7 times, we probably had opportunities 12 or 13 times. So that's just, he's a good team and he's a good player.